The fall sports hit full gear as the UNI football and volleyball teams get their season started. Today we preview the offense for the Panther football team and show you what makes Briley Moore a preseason All-American tight end. We talk with head volleyball coach Bobbi Petersen on the expectations of winning the MVC once again. We hear from the all-conference performers on the volleyball team, and we preview the UNI cross-country squad.